This doesn't even feel right. 7 o'clock and wet ben's full, trucks are all backed up, but at least we're done with the field, I guess. Did 260 acres today, so that ain't too bad. The reason the ben site's so backed up is because our biggest ben, his drag conveyor, is undersized for what the dryers can dump. So he's got them dryer temp down, dumping at max capacity, but the temp is down. He can only dry at 3,500 bushel an hour instead of 4,200 or whatever, something like that. So we're all backed up, but I guess we can have an early night and no one can complain about that. Just doesn't even feel right being grounded before it's dark out. Unbelievable. This is nice. Are you scared, Toby?
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. First morning that I woke up to the dryer still running. Normally they run out of corn in the middle of the night, but we're filling this West Sioux bin here. It's 25,000 bushels. It is normally soybeans, but since we rented that other bin site, this is corn now. This whole site's gonna be corn. And we shut one dryer off so that it could dry all night into this bin, because both dryers will overfeed that cross auger. So I need to check this. Dad said it should be almost full at 7:30. And it is 7:15 right now. So I barely got up in time to check this. Oh boy. It's half a ring down. That's as close as a guy wants it to get. 3/4 ring down. Wonder how much more is in the wet bin. Another beautiful morning though. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Filled a bin overnight. That's insane. We've been dumping about, I think yesterday was like 60,000 bushels we dumped of wet corn. Wasn't too bad. Toby, we didn't overfill it. We didn't overfill it. How are you, buddy? Good morning, you're so excited. Did you get the kitties? Did you? Get them. Go get the kitties. Fancy outfit. Oh boy, I never checked if the drawer was dumped or not. We test the same sample 3 times. Kind of varies within 0.5% sometimes. Then take an average and all good. So we also write down, anytime we test, truck drivers take moistures, I believe, every load of what's coming out of the field, or at least every other load. Okay, 15.3. So we're dumping a little wet. I don't know what he's been shooting for here, because we normally over dry stuff. It seems like it gets drier in the bin. Looks like he's been shooting for 15 or 14.5 to 15 moisture. So we're right in there. Maybe could slow the dryer down a little bit so that it stays in there longer. It's like a, well, it's not like a dryer for drying clothes, but same principle. Put it in there, warm air blows through the corn and dries it down. If your clothes comes out, you got to run it longer. Well, you just slow this dryer down so it don't flow through it so quick. Did I describe that good? I think so. Okay, I slowed the dryer down to, it was dumping 2,000 bushel an hour. I slowed it down to 1940. I'm new to the whole game, haven't been down here yet this year, so I don't really know if that's going to be enough, but Dad should be here in a half hour or less, or really any time. So hopefully that'll do for him. Gotta keep an eye on that bin. Hopefully the wet bin is close to empty. This is our wet bin. where all the wet corn from the field goes. It's like a holding tank. Allows the dryers to go through the night. Works really slick. So as soon as we get combining again and this bin is full, he'll fire up the second dryer so that it keeps up with us so we can run for 12-14 hours in the combine. And he'll go to one of the bigger bins that can be directly spouted into. Time to pack a lunch. Get prepared to go out and service up the grain carts and the combines for the day. Oh, what's for dinner today? Oh yeah, that's right. Sandwiches. Okay, so they're greased. Unbelievable. Whoever put that Zerk on the back of the rotor underneath the hopper topper that the door barely opens up, I'd like your phone number. That needs to be designed differently. It's unacceptable. Now I get to work all day looking like this, sit in a nice cab. Very irritating to me.
Which one limits the RPMs on that one? 1 or 2?
Whichever one's 2,000 RPMs.
Know that.
It pops up on the side display. Okay, I think everything is fueled up except Eric's cart, but he isn't here, and Brian parked it on the road because it's still full of grain and trucks are coming pretty steadily, so I think he's gonna offload the grain cart, and Eric should be here shortly, I hope anyways. We need 2 carts, that's for sure. Nice, beautiful quarter, perfectly square. Really cruising through the acres on this field. Had her filled up overnight. So if we leave them sit for quite a long time, we try not to start the separator until we unload it because it just jam packs that tube, and we've heard of issues with the gearbox or the slip clutch. So it's best to unload before starting the separator. And we're back to ripping stocks. Big Sweet, he's back. He was getting fertilizer this morning. He's waving, hello. He's back. Now I can finally enjoy my breakfast in peace. Mornings are always so stressful. Getting everybody ready to go, fueled up, greased up. It's always a mad scramble. We were like, yep, we're gonna leave the yard at 7:30 this morning, and we didn't leave till 8, and we aren't combining until 9. It was the intense grease, oil check, cab filter blowout this morning, so it takes an extra hour for sure to do all that rather than just fuel and go. But it's a part of it, keeping your machines maintained.
Well, we got a lot going on today. Randy had to go and look at a different field where we had some wind damage, so he had to hop out of the combine. And we're really kind of short on truckers today anyways, so this worked out pretty good because they were struggling to keep up. So, in the meantime, since we only need 1 grain carter, I'm going out with this Pro Force again. And I'm going to spread on this corn what we've already harvested. This will be soybeans next year, so we do a 55-70 blend of P&K, I believe. And I got a little bit left in the Pro Force, and then I'm going to go up north and do some what's going to be corn on corn ground, so we do a little different blend. So I got to get empty out here today. Let's see what this thing's got. So I got my Raven rate controller screen set up here. We're going to be doing 236 pounds of fertilizer per acre. I've been going about 17-18 miles an hour, and it's having no trouble keeping up. The spreader, I mean, is having no trouble keeping up. I got a duty cycle percentage that I can watch, and that runs at about 50 to 60%. And I was told from our top air sprayer, which runs a Raven rate controller with the Hawkeye system on there, you don't want that duty cycle to get over 85. Ideally you can, but 85 is a good limit, top limit. So I'm at 50 to 60 percent at 17 to 18 miles an hour, and you really can't go much faster in the field. It gets a little rough, but that just tells me if I wanted to, which I do, if I wanted to go faster, this thing still has room to push that speed more at 236 pounds an acre. So, something else Chet and I added since we first had this spreader out here was camera system, which has been pretty nice. So we got one camera on the back of the spreader pointing down at the two wheels, and then we got a camera inside the cart pointing down at the rear so I can tell when I run out. I still have 4,300 pounds of fertilizer in the back, so that pile's heaped up pretty good, but when I get down to that 500 pound mark, that's when I start watching the camera to know when those belts are just about to run dry, and then I know I got to shut off and I'm out of fertilizer. That is slick. Alright, so right now I'm doing 17.6 miles an hour, give or take. We're right on target. I'm using auto track going through the field here, and that Pro Force is doing its thing. It's doing a nice job. I'll probably do a couple more rounds here and be out of fertilizer, then I'll hop back into the grain cart. But 95 feet wide is what we're spreading with this in one pass. Our Terragator has a 70-foot air boom on it, so we are a lot wider. So comparing this Pro Force to our Terragator again, now that I've had a couple thousand acres on this spreader, in the field with the Terragator I can go. Let's back up. So the argument is, what's worth it? Would you rather have the spreader or a Terragator? Is what our farm's decision is after running this. Well, we're 95 feet wide with this spreader, and it's 22 tons. Our Terragator is 70 feet with the air booms, and it's only 8 tons. So, looking at those two things, this covers more ground in one pass, and I don't have to go back to the truck as often to fill up. So the next thing you look at is quality. Well, we did the catch test with the Tupperware buckets, and this thing spreads very evenly out to that 95 feet. Now, in wind, the argument would be, okay, the wind's going to push it to one side. Well, if you spread crossways, it's going to push it to the same side every time, and you'll fill in as you go back and forth. So yes, the wind will affect the spreader more than it'll affect an air boom, and that's, I'm sure, why they went to air booms. So that's maybe a win for the Terragator. Okay, I'm down to about 150 pounds, and this is where this camera is going to be so cool. Alright, so I wanted to empty out completely there so that I can switch over, because I'm going to be doing corn on corn ground. That camera's awesome. I'm glad we put those in there. Good timing too. Randy got back from looking at the wind damaged corn we had down south, and he's back in the combine. So I'm out of fertilizer. Time to get back in this big 2596. Oh, we can finally load in the field again. Found one that's dry enough of that loading on the road. And then our combine operators, they really like cutting tile flags, so I got a fresh shipment out here. Hard to find good help.
Toby, did you just get some day-old Olays? Are you so happy? Huh? Yes, you are. You want to tell them that there's Larson Farms merch in the description? We should get you a little shirt. That'd be so cute. It's in the description all the time. Also, it's time to call it a day. This is gonna be nice. Get some sleep. We got everything serviced here. We gotta check the oil in the morning when the oil settles out of the engines from being ran. But we're fueled up, we're deffed up, looked over, greased them this morning, so they should be good to go for tomorrow. Woo! Duggo! You've been working hard?
No man should be allowed to run the dryer site plus
Drive
drive truck. That should be outlawed. but I've passed my heart stress test again, so
So your heart.
I don't need to go to the doctor. Everything must be fine.
Oh my. How many people have you had message you about that?
Not too bad.
I had a couple of emails.
Yeah, well.
Tell them about your knees. What inflamed your knees?
Well, I think what was it called? Bursitis.
Yeah.
Bursitis.
Can
I
you
think
imagine
I
that?
touched this on the other day. I said
Oh.
bursitis resides in
Elderly?
no,
You gonna
In
hit
the-
me?
in a nursing home.
Yeah.
That's where bursitis is.
Well, you're not in your corner room yet.
I can't even talk. So I got.
Are you high strung?
Well, the wet ben's full, and I told Tony it would fit.
You better get down there
Think it
before we
will.
have another YouTube video of some pluggage. All right, guys. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Also, we really enjoy. We work hard at getting out of the tractors to film. Believe it or not, we do. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.